Guess what we should call this segment? Take
What?
the kids out the car.
What?
Jackie's on.
Oh, see. Good morning to you, too. It's
And now
not
from
that
my New
bad.
York studios, here's Jackie Reed. Well, you don't have Jay to interrupt you today.
That is good. I don't have to fight for my time. That's good. I don't have to fight for my time. Okay, well.
The love is there.
I know. I miss him. So, we talk about the high percentage of black women that are single all the time, and most people, like J. Anthony Brown, want to blame women. We're too picky. We're too this. We're too that. But there is a gentleman who says that both men and women hold some responsibility for this, and he is the author of Men Don't Heal, We Hoe. His name is Stephen James Dixon. Yeah. It's a book about the emotional instability of men. So you know I gravitated to that. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Jackie. Thanks for having me. Good morning, Tom and Sylvia.
Morning. So let me get right to it. In your opinion, because you're talking about the emotional instability of men, how does that factor into why so many African American women are single? What's the man's role in all of this?
What Men Don't Heal We Hoe is about when men and women are dating or in a relationship or married. They break up on Thursday. The man may have a new woman on Friday. And so what happens is when a man goes into that next relationship, he's not ready to commit to that next relationship because of what happened in the last relationship. And so a book about the emotional instability of men is when that man leaves you and now he wants to come back. He's emotionally unstable because he hasn't dealt with his emotions from a past relationship. Men just move on.
They heal by sleeping with other women?
Exactly. That's what we do. You know, and it's not and my book is about teaching men that that's not how we have to heal. There are other ways to heal. My book is about challenging men to express themselves to other men and having men reach back to those men, because right now we just don't have a platform. At least we don't think we do.
Now, how does that factor into why women are single? Is it because when men leave one relationship and start up with a new woman, they're not ready, they're not fully healed from the last relationship?
Not fully healed from the last relationship, and I'm not going to commit to the next relationship. And so now I'm just running around with different women. So women are single because of men. I blame men. And my book is about it's time for men to start taking leadership in our marriages and our relationships and being responsible for those, because I believe that men can change everything. And I'm speaking definitely from experience and my research, and that I look back at my history of dating, and what I found was I was always the person that left relationships. I did research, I did surveys with a lot of men. I found that a lot of men were in the same place where the majority of the time they left the relationship. Women would stay and try to figure it out, try to work it out.
Yeah, that's what we do. Now you say that there's a certain type of man that a woman should be looking for. For example, you say look for a man that's not broken. Because do you think part of the problem for women is that we're connecting with the wrong men?
Absolutely. In the article I wrote for Essence, one of the things I said was women these days don't know how to pick a man. And so the blame definitely goes 50-50. I'm just saying that ultimately as a man, since God created man first, woman was created for men, then men take responsibility for marriages that fail. You know, it's about taking responsibility. It's not about effort. Some men get mad when I say that. It's not about effort. I'm not saying that men aren't trying. I'm saying that we have to be responsible in the same way that we're responsible for other things in life, but we don't apply those things to our marriage. And
like you said, a man should let a woman, you know, when you talk about responsibility and you talk about a man being the man in the relationship and really, you know, taking the lead, you say that a man should let the woman have the last word? I like that.
Oh, absolutely. And what I mean by that is women are emotional. They need to express themselves. And I'm not saying it's something that should happen every time. I'm saying a man should be open to allowing their woman to have the last word. A lot of times as men, we get caught up in the argument, and that's really not what we do best anyway. And so when I was young in my first marriage or earlier in the second marriage, I was doing that. I was trying to compete with my woman and argue with my woman and things like that. And what I found out was that's not my role. My role is to listen because she has a problem, something I did wrong, or maybe it was some kind of misunderstanding. My role is to listen and then respond and then try to correct the issue and be positive. Hey, honey, we're going to work through the situation. And so once I learned how to do that, our relationship got better.
And you
But
also
it didn't
say
work
that a
out
man,
for you. It didn't work out for you. You said you were married and divorced twice, right?
No. I was married at 23 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. I got married this time, and we were having some problems. And that's when I finally started doing some self-evaluation and stopped blaming women. And I said to myself, Stephen, you got to get a closer relationship with God.
So you didn't start this. You didn't learn to start listening.
Exactly.
Instead of until after
into the second marriage.
And so into my second marriage, and when I got a closer relationship with God, and I started following God, my woman started following me. And so it wasn't a thing. What I learned was a lot of times in marriages and relationships, we're trying to communicate back and forth and argue back and forth and and compromise and negotiate. And that's really not what should go on. What should happen is a man should lead by example. And so by leading by example, instead of trying to tell my wife something, I showed her what I shut up. And I showed her what I was doing, and she watched what I was doing, started having
because you want her to shut up, so you shut it up.
Exactly.
But wait, you also
that's what he just said.
That's true. Because one of the
things you can't tell her to shut up.
No,
so you lead by example, and you shut up.
And I will shut her up and what I mean by leading by example is I'm doing the things that she needs me to do. I'm being responsible. I'm loving. I'm caring. The things she's complaining about the house, the car, the bills, the money. I'm taking care of all of that. I'm taking care of all her complaints. I'm being the best husband that I can be. That's one of my chapters for husband is I'm talking to husbands saying, your challenge is to be the best husband in the world. That's my challenge. Every day I go to men every day and say, hey, I'm a better husband than you. So my focus is different now than it was when I was younger. When I was younger, I was just married. I was in a relationship, and now I'm just married. But now,
okay, so now you're married. You're married for the third time?
No. This is my second marriage. I'm not getting married again. This is it. It's a wrap.
You had problems in the second marriage, but after you evaluated yourself and did some self-reflection, you turned things around.
Oh, absolutely. Love my wife. Wife and I are great now, and it's because of my leadership and direction that I follow God. I wouldn't have got it right if I wouldn't have started following God. And so my response to
Can
all
we
these
talk to your
things,
wife?
Oh, she's not here. My wife works here somewhere.
Okay.
But
I'll have her on Tuesday.
I can make the wife available pretty easily, So that my wife would definitely support it, and everything is great.
Well, the book is Men Don't Heal, We Hoe, and it's a book about the emotional instability of men. Stephen James Dixon is the author. Thank you so much, Stephen.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Good
and
stuff.
Now you're
I think
healed
it sounds sensible.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Men,
healed.
men will want to resist it. I'm sure you get a lot of men who want to resist this. Is it because of pride?
No, actually, married men don't resist it. Single men don't understand it. And so that's why I'm teaching it to them, saying this is your role as a man. One thing I always challenge single men when I say, how many women left you, brother? How many?